Yo, sanibonani. Igama lami ngingizolisa Mlambo. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. We talk about self-development related topics from style, fitness, grooming, and anything that has to do with us guys leveling up and becoming the best versions of ourselves. So today I wanted to talk about sliding in the DM. How to slide in the DM. Now, first of all, I don't really suggest this for anybody. Like if you do it, I don't really suggest sliding into girls' DM or anything like that because the chances of you succeeding doing that are pretty low. But it happens one day you sliding on you just checking your Instagram or Facebook and then you see that girl, the type of girl you feel like maybe you're not gonna, the chances of you bumping into in person are pretty low. So I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But then I don't really suggest sliding into DMs. I prefer just approaching girls or people or whatever in person. It's just less complicated and all that. But again, let's say you see that girl, you're like, whoa, I've never seen her around or whatever, and you want to talk to her. I've got three tips that you can use to slide in the DM. Okay, it's not really three tips. It's like I'm gonna break it down into three processes. Oh, if that makes any sense, I'm gonna break it down to three. So there's what? There's the open, there's the hook, and there's the close. That may sound a bit, yeah, I don't know what word to use, but that may sound a bit like crazy, but I'm just trying to make it simple for you. So before we get into it, the first thing that you have to understand about sliding the DM or about yeah, trying to sliding the DM, just trying to get a girl on via social media is that they judge you according to your looks. So your looks matter. So you have to make sure with at least you've got a nice looking profile picture. You've got nice photos in there. Make sure your social media is just looking fresh and looking clean. You cannot be having your photos from 5 years ago when you're in primary with your friends naked in the swimming pool, looking like, no, you cannot have that. You have to make sure you remove all those photos, all those old photos you took with your Nokia 320 or whatever it is. Just make sure your profile is looking clean, it's looking nice. You've got nice photos in there, you're looking good. Your profile pic, try to make sure you're showing your face so she knows this beast she's talking to. This piece she's talking to. Just, yeah, that's the first thing. Make sure everything is just clean on your profile picture, everything is looking good. So because again, they're gonna judge you according to your profile, according to the way you look. So you might as well put on the best image, right? Okay, so that's the first pro tip. The second pro tip: do not do the typical thing that every guy does. You get in there, you start liking all the photos. You're just liking all the photos. That's gonna come off as creepy and just too aggressive. Don't do that. Don't start liking all the photos and you're just stalking and doing that. If you want to like a photo, just like at least two or three, not more than that. You know, one, two, three, or one or two, whatever. Just don't overdo it. Like a limit, the maximum is three photos. Don't go over that because it's gonna come up as creepy. Okay. Now, before you slide in the DM, before you message or whatever, you wanna first try to find something that you guys have in common. You may check a profile, like it's okay to check a profile, but make sure you don't like your photos, right? No, make sure you don't like all the photos. Try to find something recent. Don't try to try to find something you guys have in common. Maybe something she was into like a year ago. Just try to look at her recent photos. Try to understand what type of person she is, or try to find something you feel like her hobbies or whatever. Something that you can open with. It has to be something that you at least have in common or something you're at least curious about. Yeah. So anyways, let's get into the three-step process. So like I said, the first thing is the opening. The opening is basically you sliding in there. Like, how do you open? So the question is, how do you open? What's the first thing that you said? Like, again, like I said, like find something that you think is you guys have in common. If you don't find anything in her profile that you think you may have in common or you wanna open with, you can use her stories or status, whatever you guys call it. I call it stories. Usually maybe she has a story, an active story that currently she currently has an active story, or she posted a story. Check that one and try to reply using that story. Either you're gonna ask a question depending on what she posted, or you're gonna tell her something interesting, whatever. You understand? That's the most natural and laid back way to do it, because like something she posted, either you're gonna ask a question, or you're gonna tell her something, whatever it is, just to use what you see in her story, whatever Tombi like has posted on her story. Or you find something she's into depending on her bio, like look at her bio, what is she into, what is she saying, girls write a lot of stuff in their bio. I love music, I love food or whatever. You can just get in there just like, yo, so what's your favorite food? Something basic is that. So immediately like I love music, you just get in the DM and go like, so what's your current favorite song? What's the last song you listened to? You understand? Questions like the questions are gonna be interesting, obviously. You don't wanna like get in there with the most boring questions. You definitely don't wanna get in there with the hi, hello, hey beautiful, or all that creepy stuff. You don't wanna be one of those guys, right? Don't avoid that boy, hey beautiful, hey you're so amazing. Don't do that. Don't just get in there and be a simp. I don't know if you know the meaning of simp. If you don't know the meaning of simp, check it out on Google. But like I'm saying, you wanna get in there in the most natural and laid back way. Again, check her bio, find something in her bio you can ask her about. She loves music. Ask her recent song, her favorite song. She loves food. What's your favorite food? When was the last time she went to, have she tried this certain restaurants, for example, or whatever? You understand? So I'm sure you're getting the point now. Try to make it as natural and laid back as possible. Either use her story to ask a question or to say a statement, or use her bio or one of her photos, something you think you have in common. So that's the opening. Now the hook, it's basically you guys getting in a conversation, right? You've asked a question, she probably replied. Again, don't get freaked out when she doesn't text back immediately. You check that she's online and she's not texting back. You're like, oh God, she's not texting back. Oh, blah blah blah. Then you start deleting and re-editing and doing all that. Don't do that. Just once it's gone, it's gone. Like I said in the beginning, the chances of you of you getting a reply on social media when you trying to slide in a girl's DM are very low, because a lot of niggas, a lot of guys are doing it every day, and some other niggas doing it in a creepy way that a girl is just shutting herself down. Go like, yo, when I get on my social media, I don't even check my DMs, I don't even answer them. Yeah, well. So you wanna try to find a way to stand out. That's why I'm like trying to be natural and be normal is the quickest way to actually elevate or increase your success, right? So the hook, getting back on the hook is where you guys are now conversating. Is that a word? Conversating. Yeah, I think that's a word. You guys are now conversating, right? You know you ask the question about something, now she's telling you about it. You keep asking more questions. You keep telling you tell her something. You share something, so you don't want to be like getting there and make it an interview. Now you're asking question after question. It feels like a question after question. When it's just you're not saying you wanna ask a question, she replies. Now you share something, then you also ask something else. Keep it interesting. Keep it interesting, keep it simple, keep it flirty. Don't be too serious. Don't get into a deep, serious conversation. Start asking her what she thinks about the increasing poverty rates in Swaziland. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Keep it simple, keep it flirty, keep it just. Make sure it's just a simple thing that she doesn't have to think about so much to answer, right? At the same time, and again, make sure you're not asking too many questions and it's feeling like an interview, right? Just keep it simple. I don't even know how to express this fact so much, but I think you get it. Like, just try to keep it simple. Try to keep it flirty. Make sure it's the type of thing that now Buddha or you asking her when she's replying back to you, she doesn't have to think so much, right? Okay. Now the last tip is the close. Now this is where most guys make mistakes. You're probably gonna get the hook, the open and the hook part, right? Let's say you've got it now. You're wasting time. Now you're talking to her for days on there. Let's say you DM'd on Facebook or Instagram. Now you're talking with her there for days. You're no longer closing, because at some point you have to close. By close, I mean you have to suggest her like, yo, let me get your number. You seem like a cool girl. Let me get your number. We can, maybe one day we can go to that favorite restaurant you were talking about. Hey, well, let me get your number. Maybe one day we can link up and talk about music, whatever. You wanna close. You get the number. Understand? Because at the end of it, so I'm sure this girl you like her, right? You wanna maybe take her on a date, or you wanna get to know her, whatever the reason is. You wanna close, I mean. So don't be that guy. Now you're talking to her for like an hour, and a whole hour conversation, you're still talking on Facebook or whatever. Just get to a point where you close. It helps you because you don't wanna find yourself investing a lot of time. The next thing you find that the girl probably she has a boyfriend. That's since you've been talking to her for like a week. Then you're like, hey, well, let me get your number. And she's like, no, I can't. My boyfriend doesn't allow me to give numbers. Now you've been wasting all this time. Like, bruh. And I said, it's better you just DM and may have like a 15, 20 minute conversation or whatever. Close, but like, yo, I gotta go. Let me have your number so we can, maybe one time I can give you a call. We can talk on the app, whatever. Understand? So make sure you close. Close, close, close. Don't spend a lot of days and a lot of hours talking to this girl and then finding out that she has a boyfriend and she doesn't want to give you a number, or she's like, oh, I don't give out numbers, or she's already friend zoned you because you're talking so much. Like, dude, the more you talk, the more chances of you getting friend zoned. So you want to talk less, just get straight to the point, keep it fun, keep it flirty, keep it natural, keep it laid back, keep it simple, not too complicated. Yeah. I hope my explanation makes sense, because I don't want to be out here explaining. You probably don't even getting it. Maybe in my head, I'm thinking it's easy, and for you, you're like, oh, what is he saying? I hope I'm simplifying it enough for you to get it. I will. So again, it's the open, it's the hook, it's the close. The open, make sure it's natural, make sure it lays back, using her bio. Find something she written on her bio, ask her a question, or if she posted a story, a status, ask her something about the status. Make sure the question is also interesting, but you don't want to ask her like a boring question. I don't answer. She was like, come on, bro. Ask her something interesting that you are feeling good. That's not a question, but like, yo, wanna talk about myself, because people love talking about themselves. Focus the attention on her so she can talk about herself, or find something you guys have in common, start a discussion or a conversation about that. The hook, it's you guys conversating. The hooking part is where you make sure that it doesn't become a serious conversation. You're not getting too deep to the point where it's like, oh my god, that's what think. You understand? Make sure you keep it fun, you keep it fluid, you keep it simple. Now the close is whereby, yo, like, yo, let me get your number, maybe one day we can hook up. Yeah, well, make sure the close is where is at the moment you guys, you get the conversation is so nice. It's having this sort of effect, right? Like, it's like, here's the opening, here's the hook, like she's having fun talking to you. You don't wanna, like, the conversation is starting to die and you're like, oh, let me have you now. You're gonna be like, no, because now it's starting to be awkward. Make sure you ask you wanna close when you guys are enjoying the conversation at the top, and you're like, yo, I really enjoy talking to you. Let me get your number. Maybe we can, talk once in a while here and there. Like, come on, this is so simple, so natural. Come on, do it. Okay, yeah, well. So if you find this difficult and a bit too much, but you can practice. You can practice on girls you find less attractive. That's what I used to do anyways back in the. Just find a bunch of girls. When I'm feeling bored, I want to practice my social skills. Just DM a bunch of girls. You use different. I'm not gonna call it techniques because it doesn't sound right. Just use different methods. Try find the girls that you feel like even if you get rejected, you don't mind, of girls that you're not that much attracted to. Just practice on them. DM a bunch of girls. Make sure you sharpen your social skills, so by the time you see that one girl that you really want, you're good, you're confident, you can do this. You understand? So make use of social media. Don't be afraid of being rejected, and just get in there. Just DM a bunch of girls. No one's gonna kill you for DMing a bunch of girls. Like, come on, you gotta learn. Nobody taught you this shit, so you gotta teach yourself. Okay, go through that phase, fail, DM a bunch of girls, look like a creep if you have to. Just make sure you don't assault them. You don't do that. Don't assault the girls. But just do what you gotta do, bruh. At some point, you have to level up. You have to put in the work towards developing the skills. So ideal being afraid of rejection or looking like a creep. Just do it. Just do it. Like, simply just do it. Start approaching a bunch of girls in person, getting your social skills right. Start DMing a bunch of girls, so you can work on those. Your texting game. Again, the number one rule here is that do not assault anybody. Do not be aggressive and try to force people into doing something they don't want to do. But it's all about practicing. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Okay. Anyways, I hope that made sense. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor, like, and if you want to see more videos of this nature, subscribe. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I don't have anything else to say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.